Welcome back to my Project 13. Yesterday, I was reading on some information that Sony was announcing two devices, super mid range devices, two worthy devices, I think, for what the price is rumored to be. Both these devices, the Xperia M5 and the C5 Ultra, aka Lavender, aka T4, but let's call it C5 Ultra for right now. They're emphasizing too, as far as their cameras, uh, to be great selfie devices, and we're going to go over a few of the specs on these devices and the rumored prices of these two devices. There are three colors in both of these: black, green, and white, as you can see on this web page that I got. It's very interesting because a lot of devices are coming out as far as the mid range. We're looking at the Motorola Moto X third generation Pure Edition, aka Play. You got the Moto G, and you're going to be having the OnePlus 2, which, you know what, it looks like a good phone, a good device, but it just, for everything you have to go through to get to this device, it just seems like it's better to wait and see where that ends up as far as where you'll be in line to get that device, and that's kind of the letdown for me on that. So there's just a ton of other devices coming out that I'm really interested in right now that are going to be a lot easier for me to get my hands on. So let's go down and go to the Xperia M5. Now, on this one, you're going to have a 5-inch 1080p display, 2.0 gigahertz MediaTek Helio X10 octa-core 64-bit processor, 3 gig of RAM, 16 gigs of internal storage on board, and as you can see right there, plus 200 gigabyte SD card support. That's just crazy, crazy, crazy fat space there. 2600 milliamp battery, 5.0. What? I figured it'd be 5.1. That's funny. It is water resistant and dust resistant. So, and here's the killer camera right here, 21.5 megapixel back camera. So they're really wanting to, for you to notice these cameras on these devices, and I think they put a lot of attention. So I'm hoping that they turn out to be what they're wanting us to believe that they can be. Some really killer sweet cameras on these devices. So a 13 megapixel front camera, which will have a flash as well on the front and on the back. So 21.5 megapixel, 13 megapixel on the Xperia M5. So those are some pretty sweet specs. And I'm going to tell you, as far as the rumored price on this right now is $400. So that's a sweet price. There's a little video on that, but I'm not going to play that. And here's some pictures of, actually, the M5 is going to have the gold, black, and white. So I misled you there at the beginning as far as both of them being green too. No, so I think the Ultra is going to have the green, black, and white. So you can see where the power button, Sony usually has that little circular type of power button. Then they have the volume rocker up and down and so forth. And they're probably going to have a little side flap that lets you SD card in your micro SIM. And I don't know if it's going to be nano or micro. The Xperia C5 Ultra is going to have thinner bezels, and this is the device, as far as being a phablet guy and a media guy, this is the device I would go after. It's not going to have the crazy specs like the M5 did, but I'll show you the pictures of the bezel on this device. It's just super, super thin. So it's a 6-inch 1080p display, 13 megapixel front and rear, and it's going to have a flash on the front as well. 2930 milliamp battery. So that's going to be suitable for this 1080p display. I think for everything on this device, that'll be suitable. They're claiming it, if you are a moderate user, it'll last 2 days. 2 gig of RAM instead of 3 gig of RAM like the M5. 16 gigs of internal plus 200 gigs of extra SD support. Man, that is just crazy. Android 5.0 and 1.7 gigahertz MediaTek MTK 6752 octa-core processor. Now the MediaTek does get great reviews, and they're comparing this to. Now remember, it's a super mid-range device. They're comparing that MediaTek to a Qualcomm Snapdragon 615 processor. So that being said, at 1.7 gigahertz, I think you're going to have a decent device. The price that this is rumored to be going for between 280 and 350. So anything between that for this device and these specs, awesome. I think that's a win if you're interested in a Sony device. So check out the bezels. I'm gonna tap on one of those photos and see if that comes up, because I want you to see. There you go. Look at the bezels on that. It's just minute, crazy minute. That's beautiful. I like that green. I personally think I'd end up going for the white. I always get black devices. I never get white devices. But anyway, so you can look into these devices on YouTube or other articles. But this is Droid Life. I'm sure GS Arena, one of my favorite websites, has it as well. But I wanted this to you in case you are looking for the OnePlus 2, or you're looking at the Motorola G, or the Pure Edition or the Play. There's other options too. So what kind of money do you have? What are you wanting to spend? That money you work so hard for. What is your next device? Just when I'm thinking I want, something else comes out, and it just makes it that much harder. And I've been saving my money. I got some good money put aside. I just don't know what I want. So these devices should be coming out about mid-August is what they were saying. So here in the United States. So I'm most likely thinking they're unlocked GSM, probably have AT&T and T-Mobile bands as far as 4G LTE. That has not been totally announced yet, so we're going to have to hold on that information as far as what kind of who's actually going to carry this, or if you're just going to order it through Sony, Amazon, and so forth, and what bands it will support as far as who you're with as far as carrier. I'm most likely thinking that you're not going to be able to see this on Sprint and Verizon, but you never know. Those doors are starting to fly open, and so things are starting to change. So I'm pretty excited about that. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know what device you're thinking of getting, or if this is just not in your lineup as far as even thinking about. I just like to share this kind of stuff with you because I find it interesting, and hopefully one or two of you out there will say, hey, that's cool. I'm a Sony person. Maybe I will pick up that device. So that's why I bring it to you guys. So, hopefully you'll watch the video, get some information, and something else to think about. And thanks for watching. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Please subscribe. My Project 13. God bless. Peace.